The case of Sombath, Kun Somchai mentioned that enforced disappearance is an international crime. And so I have two questions. What will and what can ASEAN governments do about it? And what can the ASEAN Intergovernmental Commission on Human Rights do about it? And what can the international community do about it? Because I just saw the European Union issued a statement expressing deep concern about his disappearance, and whether or not state agents are involved or not, he has disappeared. So my question is, what can ASEAN do about it? What can the UN do about it? Because civil society is already submitting this case to the Working Group on Enforced and Involuntary Disappearance.
Actually, LAPDR has already signed the conventions against enforced disappearance, but they haven't ratified yet. So to implement the obligation under this convention, LAPDR must have the law on this. Anyhow, as I said, that under the ASEAN Human Rights Declaration and for this convention, even LAPDR government haven't ratified yet, but they have the moral obligation to comply with. And I believe that according to the law of any country, including the law of LAPDR, enforced disappearance is a crime. So the government of LAPDR must speedy the investigation. Anyhow, I concerned that they may not really active on or seriously taking this if there is no pressure from international communities, especially from ASEAN government. Even though Asia may not be so effective because they still comply with the non-interference principle, even on the issue of the human rights. That is quite strange. But each members of Asia, each commissioners, especially from Thailand and from Indonesia, who are quite support the human rights. They should do some things, at least to express their concern to the government of LAPDR. And the government of ASEAN, even they has already declared the Human Rights Declaration, but it's still quite difficult to expect that they will take this issue seriously, because they even are the member of ASEAN and they are going to implement one communities in ASEAN, but the principle of non-interference is still very strong among the ASEAN government. So I suggest that the civil society organization, the media, should actively persuade the government in ASEAN to act, to speed up, the investigation of the government of Laos. The international mechanism, sure, that can do also. Somebody think that we should keep quiet, because if we put a pressure, it will be make Mr. Sombath at risk. But according to my experience, if we do nothing, that the situation will getting worse. So I think that we should more and more campaign on this issue.